That's some red rock. Red rock. Okay. I'm gonna see if anybody can tell where I am right now with just a bit of a 360 degree pan, even though the lighting's not that great, but it sure is nice for hiking because it gets hot here. Anybody tell? Anybody? Any guesses? Okay, not just where I am generally, where I am specifically. Yeah. Where am I? Oh no! What's foreign to the landscape here?
I'm finding my vortex.
What are you waiting for?
I'm finding my vortex.
Are you waiting for some? Are you meeting someone here later? There he
You
is.
see? You're disturbing me again. You find me in my trees. You find me on my rocks. Can't you leave me alone?
You need to be sensitive. Whenever you go anywhere, you need to be sensitive to the locals and give them their space. I keep running into this guy out here. And that's right. I am, like right there, see that? That right there. That's the center of the vortex, people. Vortex is something that's spinning. Isn't it like a toilet? Isn't it a vortex? Is that a vortex? That's a swirl. I wonder if this thing spins the opposite in the southern hemisphere. So I guess there's like 3 valleys. I'm in Sedona right here. There's a valley going that way. There's a valley going that way, and then this way. And so this is sort of the center. And you can see, maybe we're in a, alternate universe where this is just one giant toilet, and our perception of time is slowed down, and our perception of what's hard and liquid and not, or something. I don't know. It's hard to. I don't know. It's a vortex. Anyway, I think that's the absolute center. And we are on. Is this called the knob?
I call it the knob.
You call it the knob.
Yeah.
All right. So we're gonna go on a fun hike. That hike. This person with the accent lives down there, and we're gonna go on a hike right back in there. Check out some vegetation and some. There's a really nice kitchen over there, and apparently there is a cave with soldiers living in it or something. All right, let's go. Seven sacred pools of Sedona. Right here. Look at that beautiful red rock. Polywogs, frogs coming along. It looks like you could probably launch into this one, but I can only see down about 2 feet, so you have to get down there and test it. And wow, look at that. That's not all, folks. We think that we are in a soldier's cave right now in Sedona. Look at this. Gorgeous. Look at the color of that rock. It appears that you can just walk right in. Look at that. You can see daylight. Hopefully no rocks fall. Ooh. Excuse me, sir.
Sir.
Are you a soldier? I'm not sure if you're authorized to sit there unless you're a soldier. It's Soldier Cave.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Okay. I won't tell anybody. And that's how you do it. Not only is it a cave, it's actually a tunnel as well. The most beautiful ant I've ever seen in my life. In Sedona. You can see he has a red back pouch. I'm willing to bet that with a theories of Darwinism and evolution kicked in, all the ones that had a white pouch probably died out. The one with the red pouch blended right in with the rock. What do you think? Isn't that the most beautiful ant you've ever seen? I have the most beautiful ant you've probably ever seen in your life. Look at this. Uh-oh. Gotta come. Oh, he's going away. Or is it a she? Look at her go. Isn't that neat? And it's red, so it blends into the environment. You always have pretty good comments. What do you think about that?
I'm not thinking.
Okay. That's called no comment.
Oh, no comment.
Okay, no comment. No comment, he said. As I was explaining to my friends here, there's a reason why a lot of this landscape, including these junipers, are beautiful silver. The agaves. Here's a sugar bush right here. These are native in Southern California. There's all kinds of plant overlap between like Tahoe-like landscape, the backside of the Sierra landscape, like these kind of junipers, all of these yuccas and agaves that typically occur in Mexico, manzanitas you'll see all over the West in California, monsters that come out of the woodwork, and but there's a reason that it's blue. See how blue that is? Scott's going to explain. Scott, why is everything blue?
Well, you see, because that shade of silverish blue actually is a reflector of light. You see, here we have plenty of sunshine. And, well, we don't need to be bright and green.
All right, so if you're in a tropical rainforest, everything's competing. All the plants don't have enough light, so they have huge leaves to collect as much as possible. They have dark green leaves to collect as much as possible because green absorbs light. However, when you're in the desert and there's just so much light, you have a surplus of light, but you have a deficit of water. What you want to do is make your leaves really little, make them silvery so they reflect the light so you can save the water more and conserve it. And dark green is the opposite. It absorbs not only more light, but it absorbs heat because it doesn't reflect out. And but like I said, in the rainforest, it doesn't matter because constant rainfall is replacing the water that's lost through the ample porous openings of the green leaves. And even the green leaves here are leathery and they're curled in to hide from the sun. If they were in a wetter climate, they'd be wider, inviting the sun. But that's kind of one of the things. When you see silver plants in arid environments, you know that's their strategy, to save water. And like this oak right here, here's a manzanita, silver manzanita, next to a silver shrub oak. And those are all beautiful blue juniper down there. Isn't that incredible? Look at that blue. It's just gorgeous. I'm also looking around in this landscape and I'm thinking, I don't see any evidence of past wildfires. You would think there would be things like there's lightning strikes all the time. There's lightning last night from the monsoon. But I'm thinking that this landscape is really well fortuitously laid out for fire. Can you see why? Look at these massive fire breaks everywhere. Fire gets started, it just kind of runs up against eventually. Maybe down in the canyons it'll burn pretty good, but eventually it'll just run into non-combustible rock. Expansive, like look at all these little natural fire breaks everywhere. So then the fire gets isolated. The other thing that's going on here is, unlike the Sierra Nevada, where you have trees that are 200 feet tall that are all dead, when the fire really gets going, you get upward drafts, fire going up those trees, and it just lifts all those embers really high in the sky, and they will land, even miles away, depending upon how much wind is prevalent at the time, starting new fires. Here, you don't have that upward draft because you only have trees that are maybe 30 feet tall, maybe 40 at the most. So that's a really big difference as far as the chimney effect of a wildfire. So I can see how it would burn in here, but I can see how it just wouldn't burn very far, and it wouldn't burn super hot because there's even less fuel, because look at the ground. You got all this rock, all these washes, all these little washes are fire breaks. But yeah, I haven't seen a single charred tree from past fire activity here, which is really uh, unexpected, and which made me think there must be a reason for that. That's my theory. What do you think? Give me some comments. So remarkably, it was pouring rain last night. Pouring rain for hours. You saw that. This whole thing filled up full of water. Surely, these are the 7 sacred pools. They filled up. I'm surprised all the pollywogs didn't get washed away. Want to see the pollywogs? I love pollywogs. I used to catch them when I was a kid. Watch them turn into frogs. But, yeah, they filled up full of water, washed out. And here's the crazy part. The crazy part is you would think after that much rainfall, you would have residual flow out of a massive canyon like this because the water would be sponging out of the ground for a while. But it doesn't. It just runs off like a concrete patio, goes to the wash, washes out, and that's it. It's crazy. I find that remarkable that this many square miles of area can have massive rainfall and within a matter of hours have no flow whatsoever left over after it was a torrent. And on top of that, look at this beautiful, twisted, silver, bonsaied juniper growing out of that rock. That is a remarkable sight right there. Here we have a really interesting interplay of plants. We have prickly pear cactus surrounded by beautiful manzanitas like you'd see in the Sierra. And look at the contrast here. Beautiful silver white agave surrounded by manzanitas as well. And here's that same agave. Look at this. Not sure what this is. It's really beautiful texture. It's almost like this landscape. This landscape more than any other landscape. Look at this manzanita. So beautiful. It almost looks like it was designed by a landscape designer. It has all the textural qualities, the contrast, the spacing of plants. Oh, this is good. These are good to eat. They're perfectly ripe. Manzanita berries. You get stuck on the trail and you have no water. You eat these things. Not only does it have moisture, but it has they're really sweet. But look at, you just got these cool sporadic placement of these plants. Just here, there, and everywhere. You know, show you the contrast between an agave, which is this guy here. See that? And a yucca, which is this one here. Different genus. Very similar look. Again, let's recap. Yucca and agave and yucca and flowering, dying agave. Here's what I believe to be some type of Nolina. Maybe a yucca, I'm not sure, definitely not an agave. Isn't that beautiful? Looks a lot like Yucca linearifolia. Ooh. Another very cool plant in the Sedona area. Plant that I grow in my garden. It's called bear grass. Here's a flower. Behaves a little bit like a yucca. And it's just silhouetting all these beautiful peaks. Looks really good. Has a really nice green look to it. It does look like a grass. Super drought tolerant. We use it, you know, wherever we want it to look kind of grassy. And the fun part about it, use it in cut foliage. Like you can't even pull that. Look how strong that is. That's stronger than rope. Okay. Just twine that together, you got some rope. Anyway, look at the end on that. It actually, that little end right there insulates it from drought, because if it had a green end, it would really be a moisture loss point, but it insulates itself to make sure it doesn't have a green end. And it actually, I think the sort of the function of this personally is just to give the plant a little shade. It's like shade cloth right there. But it makes for a really wonderful arrangement to get long ones. Stick them up above the flowers so they're like silhouetting the arrangement like that. And talk about silhouettes. How about that? Agave flower. Oh yeah, classic Southwest scene right there. Looks a little bit like a road, doesn't it? Doesn't it look like a road a little bit?
It's a rocky road.
I think it does. Wait, this? Tire tracks? So, this looks remarkably like a Jeep trail here. I guess that's what it is. It's the official Jeep trail. Need a permit to go on it. We don't need a stinking Jeep. Do we need a stinking Jeep?
We got flip-flops.
Yeah, flip-flops. That's all you need here. So it rained so hard last night. The hiking shoes got soaked. Didn't have the foresight, not to interrupt this broadcast, but check out the agave next to the manzanita. What a combo. You'd never see that except here. And so shoes are soaked, socks are soaked. So flip-flops. Kind of fun to have flip-flops. It's simple. It's a simple life. And that there. Oh, let's talk about this briefly. This is the Devil's Kitchen. Is that it? It's the Devil's Kitchen. So this here is a massive sinkhole. There's no way out. This is a hole. Look at this, all the way around. In fact, I'm overhanging the edge from here. It's probably a good 50 feet down. Look at the huge piece that fell out over there. There's no else. So basically, there's a massive sinkhole underneath this, soft spot in the earth. Keeps dropping. And it just caves in. And that's, I'm not sure why they call it the Devil's Kitchen. If somebody saw the devil in there cooking some food one day. I don't know. Remember what I was saying about how it looks like somebody actually designed this place? For contrast, look at this clump over here of this beautiful agave. And you've got your bare grass on this side. It's like somebody totally, like there's three of them, just like a little landscape drawing would show. And then you've got your yucca, a little clump right over there. They're just sporadically placed. It's funny. It's like it's almost very intentional spacing. It's really weird, actually. How come there aren't constant stands of any one of these plants? They mix together very well, and they seem to no one plant is overly dominant. It's just a nice, happy cooperation. Yeah. And this is one of my favorite things to do. You get a terrain like this, just go down super fast. It's like skiing moguls. Gotta try it sometime, but make sure you don't break a leg. Hello. Like I said, pouring rain last night for hours. Not a drop of water in the river the next day. I find that weird. I'm not gonna lie, this is not natural. These are placed here. There are some steps that look a lot like this. They're fully natural and just fortuitous that they're there. But they've done some nice improvements on this trail. Look at this. There's the flower seed pods of this yucca nolina, whatever it is. Comments. What is that? Okay, everybody.
Hey, everybody.
Got some nice benches up here. You have to park kind of far away. You have to walk quite a while to get to the trailhead because it's in this really nice neighborhood. They don't want people parking here. But there's a solution for that.
Big hat. Big hat.
The solution.
Come on, big hat.
The solution is Debbie.
Oh.
There she is.
Oh, yeah. Don't touch it. That's
Oh,
too close. Okay.
she's a Soldier Pass shuttle. Call Debbie. There's her number. And Debbie, anything you want to say for my wonderful Sedona hike video
Oh.
to promote what you're trying to accomplish here?
Well, I've been doing this for a long, long time.
Uh-huh.
And I just try and help people
Right on.
and save them time on the streets because there's 7 miles of awesomeness here. at
Yeah,
Soldier
you want to get
Pass.
right to the awesomeness part.
Yes, yes.
Well, that's awesome. Well, I love your little collection of happiness on the hood here. So yeah, everybody
Those are
call
all
Debbie.
things people have left in here.
Sadly I don't have a furry animal with me. Otherwise, I would definitely leave it here. All right. Thanks so much for the ride. Woo!
Maybe I'll get a place to park at the Vortex, you guys. It's
Oh
right
my
across
gosh.
the street. Can you see
She's
it?
even got all the stuff you want to do. You
The
can take a
Vortex,
picture
you
of
can see it from here.
the vortex. Where's
Right
the vortex?
there. There's nobody up there.
Oh, there's
Bill.
nobody up there. The vortex.
See that bump?
I
There's
see it.
8 parking places. See there?
Oh
see
my
where that
gosh.
car is right now?
I
they're,
did.
They're driving right by the
All
parking
right,
places.
we're on it. Hey, Debbie.
Oh, great views.
Thank you so much.
Great views.
I want
up
you
there.
to stay weird.
Maybe you'll get your woo-woo on up there.
I love getting my woo on.